How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the After the Catch podcast with your boys Dustin and Devin. Devin, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you, Dustin?
I'm good. Today, we're going to go and do our first official combined mock draft. I call it D&D mock draft part 1.0. 2022 NFL draft. Just the first round. We're recording this on the 4th of March. It is actually... We are currently the combine is on right now. The offensive linemen are running, and then later there'll be running backs and stuff. So we're keeping an eye on that, obviously. But this is our pre-combine mock draft. We're gonna try not to include the let the combine yesterday from the running backs or wide receivers, quarterbacks, and tight ends affect our picks for today. But they probably will. Nothing we can control, but it happens. So yeah, today's our first official combined mock draft. I'm gonna go through first round, no trades, and yeah, obviously this is gonna change with free agency coming in a couple weeks. The combine, some guys are gonna rise, some people are gonna drop because of the combine. So yeah, obviously that's gonna affect everything. But for now, this is what we're gonna do. So, you ready? You ready to do this?
I'm ready. I'm kind of... Yeah, this is going to be interesting on see what we agree and disagree on.
Yeah.
This is my first time ever doing a mock draft, by the way. So there's a lot of these teams where I just couldn't figure out, like... I mean, I figured out the positionings that they need help with. It was just, like, finding that specific person that was
fits
difficult.
them the best. Yeah. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start with Jacksonville. Obviously, we know that they could go a lot of ways.
Yes.
By the way, we're using the Draft Network. I personally believe they have the best mock draft system. I like their team needs. I also like their positional and player breakdowns that they do.
Yes, I love that one too.
They do really good work. Obviously, I'm not 100%. I don't 100% agree with their rankings of each player. Like, if you look here, they have Chris Olave behind Drake London. Not a big fan of that. I love Chris Olave. The quarterbacks, my order's a little bit different. I'm a big Sam Howell fan, so obviously their rankings aren't 100% to how I feel. But I think that they do good stuff on their breakdowns and team needs and stuff like that. So yeah, we're going to be using their website on these drafts. So yeah, hopefully it's not a big deal for you guys. But anyway, so let's start Jacksonville.
I'm kind of curious on who you chose.
So I personally think they need to go offensive line.
I agree.
I think offensive line is the best position for them to take because I think edge is so different. Like you could play it differently this year. I think that this could change by the combine though. Because by the way, I learned his name. Ekwonu, right? Ekwonu, out of NC State. I think with a good combine, he could become the best player. I think he could become the number 1 draft pick. I think he can. Obviously, the combine for them hasn't happened. I've seen him run his 40 time. I believe it was a 4.97. I believe it was his combine time. So pretty fast for an offensive lineman. But I think for now, I think Evan Neal is the number 1 overall pick out of Alabama.
Dang. Really?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's a close one between both of them.
Yeah, I think
chose
so too.
Ikem Ekwonu. That's
really?
who I chose for them.
Well,
yeah.
I think by the end of the combine, I think I'll choose him too. I think he will be. I think Evan Neal is not testing in the combine, which is unfortunate. But you know what? I agree. I'm going Icky.
Because a lot of things that I've heard about Evan Neal, I've heard a lot of good things, obviously, but I heard like one negative was like his lateral movement. I heard his lateral movement's lacking a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I just...
Yep. Big question mark.
Yes. And I feel like if you really want to establish a good run game, I think lateral movement is going to be extremely important. And, I mean, I feel like Ikem Ekwonu is going to be, like, as perfect as you can get in this offensive line draft. But I'm not saying Evan Neal's not a good choice. It's just that I think Ikem Ekwonu is going to be the number 1 pick unless like he bombs his draft, like his combine somehow.
Yeah. Well, I like that. I like I said, we've had scouts say that he's like a ballerina on his feet. He's super light on his feet, agile. And I think that's really good for an offensive tackle. We've seen a lot of we obviously there's really big tackles in the league. Like Tristan Wirfs is a very big tackle. We've also seen some smaller tackles in the league, a little bit more flexible guys, kind of like how Buffalo's offensive line is. Buffalo has a smaller offensive line that's a little faster, so because they pass protect a lot more. So I like Icky. I think he's a very very good tackle. So I like it. I'm down with that for first pick. Second pick. Detroit.
I think this one's super easy. It's got to be Aiden Hutchinson.
Hometown boy staying home, right? That's what I agree. I think it just makes too much sense. Like, although I don't think Aiden Hutchinson is the best player available at the number 2 spot, I think. Oh my God.
Wait, what did it just do?
I just clicked back on my. I just clicked the side button on my mouse. I'm not restarting the video. I'm just editing that out. I don't care. Nice, Dustin. Nice. Hickey.
Noise.
Aiden. Wow. Okay. Here we go. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I clicked the wrong button and it sent me back to my home screen. So, good stuff. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I think Kyle Hamilton is the best player in the draft, but I think we talked about this before. Positional value is a thing. You're not going to necessarily take a safety at the top of class right away. I think they need edge, they need pressure. I think Aiden Hudson fits it, and it just so happens that he played for Michigan, and
And I feel like the Lions are kind of maybe not to the degree of the Jaguars, or there's another team that I'm trying to think about that's like really terrible and needs like a full restart as well. But Houston could like use almost a lot of positions. But anyways, I feel like the Lions, like, you can't go wrong with any of the positions, like except for maybe running back. I forgot who they drafted, but it really solid running back, and I think he can
Swift.
be really good. Yes, him.
Yes, Swift is key. But yeah, I think Hutchinson makes sense. Edge is a big need for them, so I do like it. Houston, number 3. Wow, they could do a lot of things too. There's been rumors that they're looking to trade Laramie Tunsil, so maybe tackle is here. I don't think tackle's here. I don't know. What do you think?
I had them going with Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah, I do like that.
That's just me personally, but I could see them going multiple different directions with this.
Yeah,
multiple different directions. For
me, I think it's Kyle Hamilton or Kayvon Thibodeau. Obviously, we've heard some rumblings that maybe Kayvon Thibodeau doesn't love football. He's not a big football, he likes to play the game, but he's not heavily invested into it. Sometimes he's lazy, but he's so talented, and edge is something they could definitely use. But I'm gonna agree with you. I think Kyle Hamilton's the best player in the draft. I've seen people have him fall all the way to pick 15 to the Eagles because of how the positional value of safety is not necessary. Which I could see. I mean, I get it. Safety's not a positional value thing. But think about, Tyrann Mathieu back when he was drafted out of LSU. Those guys, man, they're those top-end guys. They're hard to beat. So I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say Kyle Hamilton. I think he's just so good. He's so good. He can cover, we talk about today about linebackers that can cover from sideline to sideline. He can literally cover sideline to sideline from safety. He's so good. He can cover the deep ball. He's very, very talented.
And they kind of got something going at the end of the year. So if they can add someone like Kyle Hamilton, and if he plays well in the league, that's gonna be a good step up for the defense.
Yeah, 100%. Jets. Now they have a lot of options too. They do have a lot of options.
And they're actually one of those teams that have a lot of needs too.
Yeah.
I think quarterback is the most questionable position. Fuck, who's at the quarterback? God, man, it's so weird just football not being here every week. Zach Wilson. That's what it was. Zach Wilson. Yeah. I feel like he's a solid quarterback, and I think if they can start building players around him, they can, that team can be solid.
Yeah.
I actually had Kayvon here.
Thibodeau.
Yeah, I had Kayvon here.
Interesting. I gotta think about this because I
It's tough though. Like they could go. I think they could go receiver here too. They could, because yeah, I think receiver could be one too.
I think I could see them taking receiver at 10. I personally,
Oh, they do have another one. Oh yeah.
here's how I look at it, right?
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, I think the Giants need a tackle. The Giants could easily go 2 offensive linemen here. They really could. I think that if the Panthers can get someone to free agency, I think that you could possibly see tackle here or offensive lineman here as well. And I think that the edge group is still pretty deep. You have Thibodeau, you have Jermaine Johnson, who played great at the Senior Bowl. Trayvon Walker is very, very good. He's very athletic. It'll be interesting to see how he tests at the Senior Bowl. I've seen a lot of people have him as a top 10 draft pick because of his athleticism purely. David Ojabo obviously is very, very good. I am going to disagree. I think offensive tackle makes a lot of sense because Evan Neal, like possibly the best tackle in the class, is still there. Even if it's not Evan Neal, you could have Ekwonu, like either of the two, right? And if they do, Charles Cross is also a very, very good tackle. I don't know. I just think that they might have a better chance at an edge rusher here
than
a tackle.
Yeah, I can see.
But Kayvon is definitely the better player. If they were going to go best player available, I think they would go Kayvon. But if they need position, like, okay, tackle is our position of need, then Evan Neal might. I don't know. You know what? What do you think? You want to do Kayvon? Best player available? Yeah.
Because I actually had the Giants picking up Evan Neal next.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. If Evan Neal makes it to 5, I think the Giants came away happy campers.
Yeah.
Very happy campers.
If not only Saquon Barkley wants to like revitalize his career, but if they want to start getting the run game going a lot better, they've got to. You literally have no choice.
And look, this is another team. Draft Network says top needs: offensive tackle, quarterback. Obviously, I think it's a little early for quarterback at 6. If they want a quarterback in the draft, I think trade back is very possible. I think, for example, maybe the Jets. Maybe the Jets at 10 say, look, we need tackle. We know the Giants are interested in another tackle. Maybe they jump up, take the tackle, and Charles Cross. I don't know. I obviously no trades. I don't think they're gonna go quarterback here. We can check interior offensive line. I think it's early for interior offensive line. Defense, I think it's early for interior defensive line. Edge rusher is possible because they have said they're gonna let Hassan Reddick test free agency. So I think edge rusher is possible. What do you think? I don't know. I think Charles Cross makes a lot of sense here.
For number 5.
For 6 for the Panthers at 6, yeah.
Panthers.
Let's see.
It's so tough. It's tough in this. It's because. Actually, no. I think I might have to disagree with you on that.
Okay, what do you think?
Okay, now I'm not saying. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say I disagree. Okay, I disagree in a sense. I disagree just because I feel like they need a quarterback who's able to release the ball faster. Because I feel like that's one issue. That's a major issue the Panthers had last year. Is that whichever quarterback you put in there, Cam Newton or Sam Darnold, I just feel like they took way too long to throw the ball. Mm-hmm. I mean, they've got 2 good receivers. This team overall as a whole, I think is really good.
Yeah.
I think they have a great defense. I think they have, a good offense. I think it could be better with a quarterback. But I don't think you get the quarterback in the draft. So at that point, you ask yourself, okay, well, how can I make this team better? I feel like, they could go with a defensive player.
Okay.
Me personally, though, I had them going with Landon here as a receiver. I think, you got 2 fast guys in DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson. Why don't you get, a big fella?
Oh, Drake London?
They're like Landon. Yeah, London, not Landon. Sorry, someone like Drake London in there was a little bit bigger. And there, I mean, he's the size of a tight end, but he's a fucking receiver, which makes it incredible. And I think you add someone like him to the weaponry, and you grab a good quarterback. It doesn't have to be anyone phenomenal either. just someone better than Sam Darnold and Newton. Like we were discussing earlier, I think if they could grab Jameis Winston, I think that'd be a really good, offense right there.
Interesting.
Especially if they can get everything to click with Christian McCaffrey healthy, coming back healthy. Like that's going to be kind of a scary offense.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, hey, I could see it. Like Drake London could add some height to them. You're right. The deep ball, the jump ball type of guy, kind of like obviously not to the level of DeAndre Hopkins because DeAndre Hopkins is a different breed, but reminds me of similar play style. You know, the might not get open separation, like not the route runner, but can the jump ball, feels like he can catch anything. Honestly, that reminds me of DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, I can see it. It adds a different versatility. You know, it adds something different to their offense at wide receiver. It does give their quarterback a choice because obviously they're, you know, unless they get Deshaun Watson, who seems like the only elite quarterback available, which if they get Deshaun Watson, they won't have pick number 6. It seems like they're going to get an average to below average quarterback to come in there, and they're going to have to put weapons around for them to succeed.
I do want to say one thing, though.
Okay.
I think it's important that I say this, too, because not only do I think that Drake London would fit the scheme, or, you know, the scheme that Jameis Winston is used to playing, which is the deep threat, or, you know, the deep passing play. Mm-hmm. But I'm a big believer of this, even though I'm a Tampa Bay fan and I had to suffer through Jameis Winston. I still think out of all the mediocre quarterbacks right now, so when you're comparing him to Jimmy G, Carson Wentz, and I think those are really 2 other main like kind of mediocre quarterbacks that we have in free agency. Unless you can name one, think of another one.
Well, Carson Wentz is available, but only for trade. I mean, Jimmy G. I mean, Wentz. Would you put Mitchell Trubisky?
Yeah, you know what? Let's put him in there. I feel like
maybe Mariota. I mean, Mariota was pretty mediocre when it came to starting.
Yeah. You know what? We'll toss him in there. I feel like Jameis Winston still has so much. I still think he still has a high ceiling. I think he has the highest ceiling out of all those guys.
Fair,
in my opinion. I think that with first of all, the Bucks, I'm not gonna lie, did not really set him up as well
for success. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could have done a better job.
Well, we also know that the scheme of Tampa does set up quarterbacks for interceptions. Yeah, at times, you know, in comparison to other schemes. Like Tom Brady, even he threw double-digit interceptions. Like, you know.
Right. And even when he was at New Orleans, I think he was playing well. I think he was playing, decent to well in New Orleans until he got injured. And he still has the ability to run. So, I think I still think he has a lot of work to do, but I think he can definitely start, and I think he still has a high ceiling to be an elite quarterback.
Well, that's fair.
So I think that would be a good fit for him. Drake London and Jameis Winston and the Panthers.
Okay. I like that. All right. Here at 7. I could see back-to-back tackles, but I don't. For me, I think the pick is Trayvon Walker out of Georgia. I think they go edge. I think they get some pass rush.
See, and this is where this is another one of those teams where you can just start. Wait, does it say team needs as a running back? Are you serious?
Yeah, at the back end though. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not wrong. They just cut Devontae Booker, who was their backup. Devontae Booker, I think. And Saquon's apparently possibly open for trade.
Oh, I heard that too, yes.
Obviously not a first-round running back, but depth running back, I could see that later in the draft, yeah.
I like the idea of another O-line. I could see them going edge as well. I think, though, if they don't stick with Daniel Jones, they grab a quarterback here, and I think they grab Wilson.
You think they go quarterback? You think Malik Willis? Oh.
Yes, I think Malik Willis, if they decide they no longer want to stick with Daniel Jones.
Okay. Yeah, here's the thing. You're right. Malik Willis, I think, has the highest upside in the draft at quarterback. Apparently he interviewed really well. I thought he threw the ball really well. He looked good. Yeah, he is also very mobile. The question is if they're going to take someone. I mean, let's be honest. When Daniel Jones coming out of Duke, he was exactly the same way. High potential guy. He's going to need some time. I don't know.
It's
I think that if they want quarterback, I think they trade back because I don't think a quarterback in this draft is worthy of top 10. But I mean, I could see it too. Malik Willis, I think someone's gonna. You know what? I think someone's gonna reach on a quarterback. I think someone's gonna do it. No, I think someone's gonna reach. Like someone at the end of the day is gonna be like, look, quarterback is something we need, and we can't trade back. We're just gonna go and take our quarterback now. And I think out of the teams that are here, I mean Denver, I guess makes sense to reach. I don't know.
But you could also sit there, and maybe even say Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's a chance that the Falcons might even go reach for a quarterback too, just because of the fact that, how much longer does Matt Ryan really have? Well, it's not that, but it's like Calvin Ridley is up for trading now too. He's a free agent, isn't he?
No, he can be traded.
Okay, like if Calvin Ridley gets traded, I mean, who else do you really have that on the team besides Patterson? And it's just like I feel like I feel like the Falcons are also due for a restart as well. So I could see them, if they wanted to, maybe move up for a trade, or if the Giants don't pick Wilson or Malik Wilson, that the Falcons will grab him.
So
maybe that's if they don't get Matt Ryan or keep him.
So if you weren't gonna go quarterback here, who would you go? I don't know if the offensive line, Charles Cross, because I think Cross makes sense.
Yes.
All right, let's agree on Cross. I think. Yeah. I don't know if they're gonna reach on the quarterback. I don't know if they will start early.
I like Cross too, though. I think adding an additional lineman is also gonna help him a lot.
Yeah. So here I actually have the Falcons, although they're not very high on the need. I think the Falcons go Ahmad Sauce Gardner. I think he is officially, obviously, I want to see where his combine goes, but his tape, he is a lockdown corner in college. He did it, against Alabama, he looked great. Obviously they got killed, but not the point. I think he's a lockdown corner. I think Stingley not playing for a year hurts himself. He's also now injured, so he's not even competing. He's not doing the combine, I believe. I'm going to go with Sauce Gardner. I think Sauce Gardner makes the most sense. You like that? I think corner makes sense for them. I mean, they could go edge, like Trayvon Walker could go here. Tackles aren't really, like, I'm not going to take Penning at 8. I would trade back if you want Trevor Penning. Wide receiver, like you just talked about with Calvin Ridley possibly being gone. Wide receiver is a possibility as well here. But I think that Sauce Gardner is the best corner of the draft. I think you have to. I think he's locked down material in my opinion. I think Sauce Gardner. I like Sauce Gardner here.
But like you said, I wouldn't be surprised if they do go wide receiver there.
Wide receiver makes sense, yeah. And I mean, if they like a quarterback and they, I think Matt Ryan only has 1 year left on his contract. I think so. Maybe that's possible as well. This one, I think this is the quarterback reach. I think this is because look, listen. First of all, they have money. Denver has good money, so edge can be solved in free agency. Obviously we'll see what they do, but that's something that can be solved in free agency. Corner, do they really need corner help? I didn't
think so. I think their defense as a whole right now
is very fantastic. Good. Yeah.
I think maybe edge. I think maybe an edge would help. I think maybe some pieces on D line, would be a little bit of a boost. But I don't think it's something you look at and you're like, oh yeah, we absolutely need that.
And is it also worthy of a top 9 pick?
Hell no. No
way.
I
think this could be like I think you could go sign, for example, Von Miller on a 1 year or 2 year deal, something not long term. Draft an edge rusher in the 2nd, 3rd round because edge rusher has some depth in this draft, and then let them develop. And then in 2 years' time or next year, you have a young edge rusher that has some experience and got to learn from an experienced guy that they're gonna get. They might get in free agency and Bradley Chubb, and then and there you go. You know what I mean? Then now you have a new duo for a longer time. I don't think they're gonna go edge rusher at 9. It doesn't make sense to me. I think quarterback, if they're here picking, that means they didn't get an elite quarterback in trade. And I think that this, for example, if let's say, which I'm actually a big believer in, I am actually not against Jimmy G to Denver. Right? Let's say Jimmy G goes to Denver. He's on a 1-year deal. That allows you to draft a guy like Malik Willis, who has the highest ceiling, or a guy like Matt Corral, who's the youngest. He's a junior, and very, very talented as well. Or even maybe a guy like Sam Howell, who is very, very talented, and the only reason he fell down the boards this year is because the talent at North Carolina fell. Like, he lost a lot of key pieces. Like, Javonte Williams is from North Carolina. He lost a lot of talent to the draft last year at North Carolina, and his team struggled for it. So I think they're going to go with one of the three. I think Malik Willis to Denver makes the most sense.
I think so too. I actually had Kenny Pickett only because I had the Giants picking Willis.
Malik.
But I think if the Giants do not pick him by then, I think Denver.
I think Malik Willis, Denver makes a lot of sense.
I agree.
And I think. Yeah, and the mobility is what's super intriguing. He's a super athlete, it feels like.
Right, and he's young.
Yeah,
so, like, with all the respect to Teddy Bridgewater.
Ain't it? Drew Lock? Yeah, ain't it?
Yeah. None of those guys ain't it. And I think he may even start year 1.
Yeah, he very well could. I'm not saying that. When I say, like, the Jimmy G thing, I'm not saying that they have to. I think Willis is capable. I'm saying if they feel more comfortable with, hey, let's let him sit for a year and develop, then you can trade for Jimmy G like a 3rd-round pick, 4th-round pick, get Jimmy G, or you re-sign Teddy Bridgewater for a year. Or, like, there's some options if you want to sit him for a year. Although I think your team's in a much better position if I think your team's in a very good position. I think you should let him play.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I'd rather take Jimmy G. Like, if the choice came down, I would rather take Jimmy G over.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, maybe even Mitchell. Maybe you give Mitchell Trubisky a 1 year. I mean, he sounds like he's gonna be very highly thought of in free agency, so I don't think he's gonna go for 1 year. I think he might get something else, but it's possible.
Imagine if they brought Mitchell Trubisky in to compete with maybe Willis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe they bring them both in. It's like, who knows? Maybe Mitchell Trubisky turns out to be this elite quarterback that just needed the right system.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got they've got receivers. They've got a stud in the backfield with them. A good line, a great defense. I mean, that's what's really been holding them back this entire time is their offense. Their defense is constantly play well, but when you have a defense on the field, as long as the Denver's on the field for, of course people are going to score hella points on you. Like,
yep,
they can only do so much.
100%. All right, the Jets. I know they need tackle, but I don't think these tackles are worth 10 overall. Corner's interesting for me.
It's funny you actually said that because I know you picked Gardner for the Falcons at 8. I actually had Gardner going here at 10.
Oh, okay.
But Stingley.
I think Stingley's worth 10.
Option.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Stingley's very good. Yeah. The only question would be like, okay,
what? Is there any way to go back?
No. What?
What the hell?
Okay, we're gonna fix this. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. We fixed that now. We don't know what just happened because we were in the corner section and it shows Treylon Burks, which is a wide receiver. That's weird. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, so like we said, Stingley, I think makes a good sense for New York. I think he has he's like great athleticism, talent. Obviously, there's some injury concerns. He sat out for a year. Now he's injured for the combine after sitting out for a year. But I think very, very good corner. So I think the Jets will take a chance on him, especially with the way the board has fell. I think they could go tackle there if the tackles were not like if the Giants didn't take 2 tackles, you could see them going tackle. You could see them going edge if they went tackle at number 4. Like, they have some options, but I think if the board fell like this, I think Stingley makes a lot of sense.
And I think they would grab Gardner.
Gardner. Whatever way they go, yeah.
Sure.
All right. Washington, they're in an interesting spot too. Because this could totally be quarterback.
It could, yes.
Will it though? Do they like any of the quarterbacks here, like at 11?
I just don't think you can.
Yeah,
I don't think you can. I think a receiver is your best bet here, in my opinion.
You think so, receiver?
Yeah.
So what type of receiver do they need? Which is funny because we just resetted the draft because they took Treylon Burks. But Treylon Burks would actually not be a bad matchup with who they got. If you think about it, they have McLaurin, obviously. They then have Curtis Samuel, who was like a slot guy. So they really could use a bigger body outside receiver. Well, that's kind of Treylon Burks. Treylon Burks kind of fits that mold. Actually, that's who I say they take. I think they take Burks at 11. And we just reset this whole video for nothing.
Yeah. I like that pick too.
I think that's
all that
crazy.
time we wasted just restarting that whole thing.
Maybe they just knew. They knew we were gonna go with Burks. They just pre-selected it for us. Anyway, all right. Minnesota
Defense.
defense for sure.
Just someone defense.
This could be corner too. I like Andrew Booth here. Unfortunately, he did get hurt. He actually got hurt. I think he hurt his quad while getting ready for the combine, which is unfortunate because I think that he could have solidified his spot here. Not that I'm saying that they won't take him here, but I think they really could have used it.
Here too. I actually had I know our orders are like different from like my mock draft.
Yeah.
But I had the Jets taking Sauce, and I actually had the Vikings taking Stingley here. But
oh, okay. Well,
I think Andrew. Yeah.
Andrew Booth. Yeah, I like Booth. I actually do like Booth. They have him measured in at 6 foot. I wonder if he's gonna measure. I hope he measures at the combine to see what he comes in. But I like Andrew Booth here as well. Very, very good corner out of Clemson. Here,
wide receiver.
I agree. I actually think Garrett Wilson goes to.
I like that. Actually, I like that a lot.
Garrett Wilson, I think, makes a lot of sense to Cleveland. Ohio State dude, in state. Very, very talented. Might have been the best receiver last year. I love Garrett Wilson actually to Cleveland. That makes a lot of sense that makes a lot of sense. Here.
This one's tough. I honestly I feel like me personally, I don't feel like this team needs much. This team I feel like is in a Super Bowl striking position. They just need to stay healthy. But I do think they could add a receiver.
See, I'm actually more interested in them for defensive line because Calais Campbell is a free agent.
Okay.
I know they did draft an edge rusher last year, but I really think an edge rusher here, like a Trayvon Walker or a David Ojabo, would make a lot of sense for them. But if they lose guy like Calais Campbell, I mean, it is possible they go interior defensive line. I think I actually have them taking Trayvon Walker here.
And I wouldn't be opposed to that. I think that would be a good option.
The thing is, for me,
if they feel like they don't need a receiver.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like me personally, I would have the receiver over the edge, but I wouldn't be opposed to them having it.
The thing is, for me, is I wonder if they understand that that they're not a pass first offense. Like they run the ball in many different ways, and because of this wide receiver group is so good, like spread out, I would be interested. Maybe they value an edge rusher early over a wide receiver early because they know, we're not a pass first team. You know what I mean? We're not like that in that scenario. And they could
grab one down the road.
Yeah, because of how deep it is. Yeah, I actually want to change my pick. I think they take David Ojabo, and the reason is because the Michigan defensive coordinator is now the Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator.
Setup.
It's a setup.
I
like David Ojabo here.
Okay, I agree with that.
I think edge and wide receiver are literally their two options. Depends on how they value it.
I don't think they have many spaces to fill over there. They're just getting like backup pieces at this point.
Yeah. All right, Eagles, which this is the first of 3. So they're gonna have a lot of decisions to make. What do you think? Where would you go first?
Man,
I think
See,
they go edge, wide receiver, and linebacker in any order.
I think you may have just read my mind. I think that's like right on the head. That's right on the head.
Yeah, and I think they look at it this way: the Chargers, they could go wide receiver, they could go offensive line. I think that makes the two most sense for the Chargers. For the Saints, quarterback and wide receiver make a lot of sense for the Saints.
You don't think the Chargers go with a secondary piece? Because they don't have a really good pass defense.
Secondary could also be a piece here for them. So I think they go edge. I think the Eagles should go edge and wide receiver here.
Yes, I think wide receiver in one of the first two though, for sure.
Yeah, I think in these next, because they have 15 and 16 back to back. I think edge and wide receiver, whatever order, doesn't matter, because they're both going to be like literally, they're literally
right. They have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I think Trayvon Walker makes a lot of sense here. And Chris Olave. No, well, wait, who is there? Oh, Devontae Smith. Okay, yeah, I think they do go. I think they go Chris Olave. Olave and Trayvon Walker. What do you think?
Trayvon Walker for the edge.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I think it's good. Yeah.
Obviously, it doesn't matter which order they go in because
back to back.
Back to back. Yeah, I think that's a good combo. I think.
This is an interesting choice here.
Yeah, very interesting.
If you lose Mike Williams, you're kind of in deep shit, and you kind of need a receiver.
Yeah.
But if you keep Mike Williams and you resign him, you go with a cornerback without a doubt.
Or offensive line, I think. I think, but I mean, I don't know. I think like they could really use offensive line.
You think so? Like over a cornerback, though?
It's one of those two for sure. I think they go corner here. I think offensive tackle. I think there's some depth. I think there's some solid depth at offensive tackle. In comparison to corner, I don't think corner's as deep.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I actually like Trent McDuffie here.
I think that fits perfectly, too.
Yeah, you like McDuffie?
Go on, Rogers. A little report.
Only thing about Roger McCreary is his arms are a little short.
Yeah, his height is a little better than Trent's, though. Trent's 5'11".
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
Very good man corner. Very effective. Elite man coverage.
Might have to go with Roger on this one.
Want to go McCreary? Okay. Not against it. Not against it at all. Saints.
Oh.
It's unfortunate.
Jeez.
I think they're going to go receiver. As a Titans fan, I think Jameson... I think Tennessee needs a receiver, and I think they're going to be all off the board by the time Tennessee gets there.
For simplicity's sake, let's do receiver. Just because you can go into the whole, like, what if Jameis Winston doesn't come back and all this other stuff. Like, you know.
I mean, actually, to be fair, it sounds like Teron Armstead's going to leave because the Saints just don't have enough money. Trevor Penning at tackle could make a lot of sense for them.
You know what? I kind of like that, actually. I completely forgot the Teron Armstead, even though we were just talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, the wide receivers are super deep. I think they can go and get that eventually. I think Penning makes a lot of sense here, actually.
Yeah, let's go with Penning. They're going to need to fill up that spot, like, I think as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Wide receivers, they still have Michael Thomas, they still have Alvin Kamara, who, like...
Good, and I think that wide receiver is the deepest group in the draft. I think they can come back to that. So, all right. Linebacker here for the Eagles, right? I think we both agreed on that. I think I like Devin Lloyd the best, though.
You read my fucking mind, too.
Devin Lloyd's a monster. He's fucking monster, dude.
Dang, everyone's name who has, like, all the Devins in the NFL are just good.
This man. Okay.
Devin White.
Imagine.
Devin Lloyd.
All right. Hey, maybe Devin Lloyd's not good. Maybe he stinks. There's always a stinker, dude. Anyway,
Don't jinx it.
just kidding.
Devin
Oh,
Hester.
this one's
What?
also very interesting. I think I could see quarterback here, but
They have Haskins though. They still do have
yeah,
Haskins.
and Mason Rudolph, and they've talked about those two competing. They've also apparently had rumors they liked Mitchell Trubisky and Marcus Mariota.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not a fan of the quarterback option. I feel like there's too many. I, I just feel like they have a lot of free agent options for quarterback that I don't think they need to draft one.
I think Tyler Linderbaum makes the most sense. Interior offensive line. Their offensive line got whipped around last year. They got destroyed on the offensive line. I think Linderbaum here makes a lot of sense for them.
Let's go with it. They got receivers.
Yeah. I think they can just continue to help out the quarterback that they're going to get. Probably.
Exactly. Especially since they're going to be younger and they don't want, to have a Joe Burrow situation where they get killed every 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of teams are taking notes on that.
Yeah. Patriots?
Oh, this makes it a little interesting too because, I initially thought, oh hey, they should go receiver, they need a receiver, maybe a receiver that they can build. But now that Jackson might not be there, and it sounds like they don't really want him there, based on what Jackson's been saying. I think they might have to go cornerback.
Yeah, it sounds like J.C. Jackson's going to be a free agent. They obviously traded away Stephon Gilmore. Corner is, I think McDuffie makes a lot of sense here. I think McCreary would have made a lot of sense because he's an elite man-to-man corner. And obviously we know the Patriots like to run man-to-man, but I think McDuffie's very, very good in man-to-man still. I think McDuffie makes a lot of sense. Although, I will say sneaky pick, Nakobe Dean at linebacker. Nakobe Dean at linebacker, to me, he fits that New England Patriot mold at linebacker. Big, strong, but can cover the whole field. It would not surprise me to go Nakobe Dean, but I like McDuffie here as well. I agree with you.
I mean, they might even be able to get him in the second round.
Yeah, I mean, true. I don't know how many people are going to take linebacker, though. I mean, looking at a line, I don't know. I think there's going to be some teams up there, I think, that might. I don't think he'll make it. I mean, they could trade up, of course, but. All right, Raiders.
I really want to say receiver. They've lost so many weapons. But, I mean, they do have Darren Waller. I forgot who that one guy is.
They have Renfro. They had Zay Jones. I've also heard they're interested in making a run Devontae Adams, maybe Mike Williams, maybe Amari Cooper, because there is rumors about Amari Cooper.
Comes back to the Raiders.
Maybe they make a run at Odell.
Too. Different head coach. Because wait, wasn't Amari Cooper was there while what's his name? John Gruden was there, right? Or was that before?
No.
I can't remember.
No. No. Josh McDaniels was not with the Raiders.
Oh no, I'm saying John Gruden.
Oh, no, I don't think so either.
Huh.
No, I think he was traded during Jack Del Rio. I think, maybe at the beginning of Gruden. I'm not 100% sure. Now that I think about it, I'm not 100% sure. But, I don't know. I think they could go big man in the middle because they did struggle to stop the run at times. But is it a little early is the question. It might be a little early. Corner is also possible because they do need some corner help. I could see them. I could see them going offensive line. Kenyon Green is a very good offensive line. Zion Johnson's I really like Zion Johnson. I'm a big fan of him at guard because he actually in college, Zion Johnson played guard, tackle, and at the Senior Bowl they are practicing him at center. I could see them going into your offensive line as well. I don't know. What do you think? What do you?
I feel like offensively. Because I feel like I think they should lean more towards a defensive piece on this one. Because I feel like the defense lacks more than anything.
Yeah.
Or lacks a little more than their offense does. I feel like they have a solid offense. They've got solid pieces. But I mean, having someone as versatile like that on the offensive line, I don't think would not be a bad pick. Especially with how many offensive linemen have been picked already. I wouldn't be opposed to that idea.
I don't know. I mean, the corners have been taken off the board a little quick for them. Kari Elam is a very good corner. Tariq Woolen's a very good. He has a very, very good story, but he's a developmental piece. You know, he played at a smaller school, so I don't know how I feel about that. Elam does play zone coverage. He excels in zone, which is actually something that the Raiders do run. I think it's Elam at corner or Zion Johnson at guard.
Let's go with Zion Johnson. I think versatility like that's going to help on the line.
It's huge. Versatility is very, very nice in the NFL.
Exactly, and the more you can protect your quarterback, the better. Ain't that right, Joe Burrow?
Yeah, facts. He's begging, which is not. By the way, not a very good look for them because them tackles are starting to look a little low.
Maybe they might even like. You know, I know this is not part of this draft particularly, but maybe they do like. Yeah, I think they could.
Possibly.
I think they very well could.
Cardinals.
This honestly depends on what happens with the free agent pieces.
Yeah. I think right now, Jermaine Johnson makes the most sense, mainly because it sounds like Chandler Jones is gone.
J. Watt coming back, because wasn't he also signed on a 1-year deal too?
No, I think he is still there. He's not a free agent. J.J. Watt's not a free agent. But he's getting older. They do need to continue to improve the offensive line. Defensive line. I think Jermaine Johnson makes the most sense, honestly.
Me too. And he's very injury prone. It seems like J.J. Watt is.
Yeah, facts. Oh, here for the Cowboys.
Dallas.
I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to go, honestly. I guess edge again. Karlaftis. Safety.
I was thinking,
Safety doesn't really look great for right now. Interior defensive line, I mean, I guess they could go Jordan Davis or Wyatt. I think I like Davis a little bit more. He's a very, very big guy in the interior. But, I mean, I don't know. I think Karlaftis. I think edge. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. Paramount with Micah Parsons.
Yeah. That's true. And DeMarcus Lawrence possibly being a salary cap dump. Who knows? Mm-hmm. All right, here for the Bills. Oof. This draft is getting very hard.
Yeah, this is getting a lot harder.
I don't think interior defensive line this early. Edge, is there someone that you want to reach up here? Not really.
Wow, this one's tough. This was actually really tough.
I could see Kyler Gordon. I actually do like Kyler Gordon. Skill sets fits any scheme if he's playing inside. And they have Trey White on the outside. I could see them going inside corner.
This pick is for depth, for sure. They've got a lot of good pieces already.
I actually think Kyler Gordon to come play slot corner for them makes a lot of sense. Inside, I mean, to match well with Trey White on the outside.
Yeah, either that or they might just add another receiver.
Well, that's true. Cole Beasley was put up on the trade list.
Because, I want to say receiver, but at the same time, you know, Davis.
Yeah, you're right. Really, never mind. Gabe Davis killed it. Yeah, that's why they're trying to trade Beasley, I think.
So Gabriel Davis, Stephon Diggs is good. I mean, I could maybe see a running back choice here, but I think I like that cornerback choice the best.
Yeah, Kyler Gordon makes sense too. Tennessee, I think, is lucky if the draft falls like this because Jameson Williams is still there. Ideally, they would want some of these wide receivers to wait a little bit. As a Titans fans, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Jameson Williams at Tennessee is clear and obvious. If Jameson Williams falls to Tennessee, him matching with A.J. Brown for the future, it's pretty deadly.
I think it's, unfortunately, my turn.
Yep, it is your turn.
Damn. Okay. So, the most likely scenario. Actually, we need go to edge.
Not great for here.
My thought process is right now, JPP is most likely gonna be gone.
Yep.
Ndamukong is most likely gonna be gone.
Yep.
I think there's a very high chance that we do re-sign Godwin. I think Bruce Arians understands his importance to the offense.
Yep.
There was one more position. Cornerback could be one as well. Carlton Davis is no longer. He's a free agent, so he could very well leave. But Ali Marpet retired.
I agree. Say it.
Kenyon
Green. I like
Kenyon
it.
Green.
They come play guard?
Yes.
I like
that
it.
was unexpected too. That Marpet retiring was unexpected.
Yeah.
We got to fill that spot in as soon as possible. I think we have a very great O line. Very, very great O line, and Tristan.
Well,
Wirfs
it could be
was
getting rough. I mean, think about it. Ryan Jensen's a free agent.
Oh, true. It could get bad.
Which
like last year, we had a really great O line, and I would like to keep it that way for whichever young quarterback or whoever we have in the backfield next year.
Yeah.
If it's Trask, please protect him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Deshaun Watson. I mean, he could probably run out, do his thing, or Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Moving on. All right. I think here at Green Bay, I think they need a receiver. I think Jahan Dotson makes sense. I think if they can match him, his speed, the ability, to stretch the ball down the field with a guy like Devontae Adams, I could see that matching well.
It's got to be someone else besides Adams because it seems like that's all he ever throws.
That's what the problem was in the playoffs for sure. I think Jahan Dotson makes the most sense. I like it.
Yes.
Miami.
Oh,
I think they have to go offensive line. The question, there's not really anyone where it's like, okay, take them. Wait, who's on the board? Who's the best available on the board? Quarterback, interior defensive line, linebacker, maybe Nakobe Dean here. I think they need a reach on offensive lineman. And I think they're gonna go Daniel Falele. He weighed in massive at the combine. I think he weighed in like 380 or 350 or he's massive tackle, big tackle. Bernard Raymond. The problem with him is he came in shorter on the arms. His arms were like 2 inches shorter than the top end guys, and he's all based on potential. I think Daniel makes the most sense here. Would you agree with tackle? I mean, running back's a little early. Wide receiver board. I mean, I guess you could go a guy like
receiver. That's what I was thinking too.
Sky Moore. I could see being a late first rounder.
Could take a chance on David Bell.
Pickens is a guy that's a first round talent with an injury past, but he tested well yesterday. Christian Watson's very good, but he went to a small school.
Let's go with the offensive tackle for this one. Just because this, like you said, there's a good wide receiver depth, but I could see them picking a wide receiver or offensive tackle here for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Chiefs.
Kansas City.
I actually like David
draft. Bell. This mock draft is going to look very different, like when free agency's over. But yes, David Bell is a good.
Because I think a big body receiver could help them to match a Tyreek. I do, or Pickens. He's at 6'3", George Pickens. Actually, I think Pickens, I'm kind of basing it off the fact that he is a first-round talent, but he had an injury last year, or 2 years ago, really. I'm going to say Pickens.
Yeah, Tyreek's already shifty. I think another team could use David Bell's shiftiness.
I like George Pickens. Well,
offensive tackle.
And, Raymond, this is your turn.
Well, that was easy.
This is my sleeper. This is my surprise pick.
Final pick of the first round, I think. Oh, really?
I think Sam Howell goes here. I said he was my favorite quarterback in the draft.
Like that move. I like it a lot. I like it.
Are you down for Sam Howell is the question.
Yes. I've actually heard a lot of good things about him too. A lot of good things.
Wow, that was a different draft. And obviously, this is going to change. Free agency is going to change. Combine's going to change everything. Pro days are going to change everything. But
I think maybe a receiver as well for the Lions, because I know that's a need of them. But if they,
True.
if they truly are using Jared Goff as just a bridge piece, I think
I will say the reason I like quarterback here, right? It's because they have the first pick of the second round, right? If you take a quarterback if you take a player in the first round, they get that 5th-year option. You know what I mean? So you get that first 4 years, and then you get to decide, okay, do you want to take that for that 5th-year option? If they're in the second round or later, they don't have that 5th-year option. They only get the 4 years. So I'm thinking Detroit takes a quarterback with pick 32, wide receiver in the second round, so their quarterback has that 5th-year option.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
But you would go receiver as their next pick?
And yeah, and then for me, probably receiver at beginning of second round.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah. All right, so that's the end of our mock draft.
It's going to change a lot.
It's going to change a lot. Like, literally, we're going to probably come out with one in, like, 2 weeks. Like, a couple days after free agency, we're literally going to see a big difference. So.
Because, like, there's just too many question marks in free agency right now to sit there, like, make a definitive answer. Like, oh, yeah, this is definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just too much. There's just too much, especially with the quarterback issues and stuff like that. Like, that changes everything.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's everything. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And, yeah, it's been fun. And we will...
Let us know what y'all think.
Yeah, of course. Let us know your thoughts, your team, what pick you like, didn't like, whatever. All in the comments, do all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Peace.